Hey guys, it's today Thursday. Wow, I'm like on a roll this week. I did an Instagram live almost every single night. You guys are in for a treat this week. Next week I won't be able to do as many because I'm traveling to New York on Tuesday and just have a lot of meetings on Monday. But we will have some Instagram lives next week. So welcome. Happy Thursday. I'm so happy to be able to bring you another Instagram live tonight. Same kimono. Yes, this is from Box of Style. I posted about it last night on my personal account. If you're not following me, it's at Annie_Spano. So yeah, head on over and say hi in the post that I did a little flat lay with this kimono. The funny story is that I got the Box of Style on the day that we were having our open house for our condo. And I was like, let me do a quick flat lay on my marble table before the next set of people come in to look at our house. So I did a really fast flat lay and then put it all away. And then we got bombarded with people. And I was like, thank God I got that in. So awesome, guys. I'm so excited about tonight's topic. So tonight's topic is all about the new mindset that you must adapt to grow your following. And this is, once again, exclusive content for Style Collective members. If you are not a member, you can still tune into the lives and get a bunch of value and information from me. But if you want like the real juicy content, like the downloads and the worksheets and the e-courses, or the second half of the blog post, because I'm going to go over the first half with you guys tonight. But if you want like the real juicy tips, actionable tips, then you do have to be a member. So I just want to be upfront and let you know that if you're not a member, you should definitely join. So I just saw that Catherine, the woman of the hour, just joined the live. I almost said podcast because I was podcasting all day. Catherine, if you guys can give her a warm welcome, say hi, Kat. Let her know that you love her post. So she wrote this post. I'll tell you a little bit about my sister. So my younger sister, she lives in Raleigh, and I'm very excited that we will be reunited soon. She has her bachelor's in marketing, and then she went back to school and got her MBA, just like her big sister, and now she works in a corporate job doing marketing. So she recently took a mini MBA at Rutgers University, and it was all about digital marketing, social media marketing. I love you ladies, you guys are awesome. So yeah, she did a little recap about the mindset that you must adapt to grow your following, which was one of the topics at Rutgers mini MBA program. So she does have a little mini MBA, a digital marketing certificate from that university. So I'm really excited that she wrote this post. I'm talking about it on behalf of Catherine, but you guys are in for a treat. So thank you, Catherine, for writing this. And at the end, we'll have a Q&A where she can pop in and answer the questions, or I can answer the questions. And then you can also make requests for future topics for Catherine, because we'll get her on maybe once a month to write about some other things too, if you guys like this topic. So let's get right into it. So there were 10 modules that she took while she was at Rutgers, and it spanned everything from strategy concepts to analytics measurement, digital social content, and mobile marketing. But the thing we're talking about today is media. So the quote that she has from the program is, "Moments are the new media." I'm going to say it again. Moments are the new media. So as a blogger, you're focused on, you're gaining your followers, you're creating meaningful content, you're focused on growing your blog. But the problem is that it's a very crowded space. And the theory is that there's content shock. I don't know if you guys feel it, but I feel it too. I'm subscribed to a lot of marketing newsletters, and it's content shock. There's so much content out there. How do you deal with all the content? You're bombarded with ads. People are constantly sharing articles all over Facebook. You're bombarded with emails. I know I'm bombarded with all kinds of email lists that I'm a part of. You're bombarded with sponsored content. You see it everywhere on Instagram. So how do you solve this problem? How do you solve the problem and ensure that you have a solid following that's actually reading your content? And if you have a bad connection, this will replay for 24 hours. I will make sure to share it after the broadcast. Okay, so what do you do to solve the problem of content shock? Okay, so first, there's some questions that you need to ask yourself. These are really good questions, okay? And it's oftentimes we're so busy hustling that we don't stop to think about these questions. And these are very important questions to ask ourselves. So first, are you creating content that people want to see? Are you creating content that people want to see? So think about that. Are you writing about something that's providing value to someone? Why would someone want to read this blog post? What is the point? Okay, does someone want to stop and take the time from their day when they're being bombarded with content to stop and read your post? What's special about it? What's unique about it? What's the value? What's the tips? What are you providing to a reader that they would want to go to your blog and read it? Okay, so that's the first thing to think about. And the next is, are you tracking your posts, the content that you're creating, and are you benchmarking it? So are you looking at the content that you're creating? You can look at Google Analytics and see how posts are performing. You can be a little less by the numbers. You can look at your comments on Instagram and see what people are responding to on the pictures that you post. You don't have to be in the numbers to figure out what's working. You can kind of tell, you can gauge from your audience like what's working and what's not working. So, but you have to keep track of those things. You need to write it down. You need to say, okay, like this one post that I wrote, like for example, last week when we did the post about comment pods, that had an insane response. And that tells me, okay, I need to come up with topics with my team that are a little provocative, things that other people aren't talking about, because it's going to generate a lot of interest. And so part of this week, the reason I did so many Instagram lives is because I wanted to test different types of content to see what you guys are interested in and what you're not interested in, because then that tells me what kinds of content I should be creating in the future for you guys, if that makes sense. So you have to track your posts and you have to benchmark them against one another so that you can continue to make content that is valuable for your audience. All right, number 2, are you sticking around? And this is a big one. And are you consistently posting? Are you consistently posting? So this is a big one. When you're a blogger, you get burned out, you'll lose motivation, but the main thing to success is day by day, taking it one step at a time, creating your content, being consistent. Okay, nobody has overnight success, and you have to build it one day at a time. And even as a business owner, I can tell you this myself. People come to me and say that Style Collective is a wild success. Oh my God, you have 1,400 members. You must be so happy. I feel like I'm scratching the surface. Okay, scratching the surface. It's one day at a time. You have to be consistent. You have to put your head down. You have to do the work and know that it's going to take a long time. Maybe it will take a long time, maybe not. Everybody is different, but you have to be consistent, okay? Didn't post on the blog for 4 months. It's okay. If you need to take a digital detox and take a break, that's a different story. We're not talking about that. We're talking about being consistent. So for you, consistent may mean posting once a week on Monday. I try to do that on my personal blog with everything else going on with running a business. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But I try to be consistent and have a post once a week, every single Monday on my personal website. If that is too little for you, like that's not enough for you, you can do twice a week, okay? Twice a week. Make it a goal, stick to it, have some backup content in case something comes up and you get sick. The backup content doesn't have to be relevant to like the specific time period that we're in. It can be more generic. It's called evergreen. So you can write about a topic that is applicable no matter what time of year it is, okay? So if you're struggling with consistency, make a schedule, reevaluate your time, How are you spending your time? What can you cut out? How can you prioritize? Because if it's important to you, you will make time for it. And I actually talked about this on my podcast today. I interviewed my leadership professor, and her and I talked about this. So you'll hear that in a future podcast about a month from now. But honestly, look at your time and see how you're dividing it up and cut back where you need to so that you can be consistent and that you can achieve your goals. Okay? Number 3, who is linking to you? Who's linking to you? You have to do some outreach. You have to, come on girl, you're bringing up the goods today. You have to do some outreach, okay? You need to partner with other bloggers and cross-promote each other. You have to try to get your articles featured on other media outlets. You need to get your name out there, and it doesn't have to be all or nothing type of approach. Make it a goal. Maybe once a month you do a guest blog post on somebody else's blog. You have to get your name out there. Who is linking to you? Other websites need to be linking to you. If you just keep everything on your blog and you don't have anybody linking to you, you're going to be in your own little blog bubble. So you need to be partnering with other bloggers, even brands. You can ask them if you can write a guest blog piece of content on their blog, or if they could interview you in an email newsletter, or some way to have somebody link to your website. All right, who are your friends and your loyal following? These are important questions to ask yourself. Who are your friends and your loyal following? Because they are the ones that you need to be fostering that connection with, and that will help you create content that they want to see. Number 4, how are you connecting with your following? I think that this is my favorite one, because this is something that I've had to figure out over the last 1.5 years, 2 years. How are you connecting with your following? Yes, there's your blog. We're in content shock mode right now, right? So if people aren't going to your blog, or not going as frequently, or whatever is happening, how are other ways that you can connect with your followers? So think of Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, what else is out there? Whatever else is out there, Pinterest maybe even. Think of those as ways to connect with your following. Okay, they're marketing tools. At the end of the day, Instagram is a marketing tool, right? Okay, so Instagram is a marketing tool. You're using it to connect with people and get them to do something. Do you want them to go to your blog? Do you want them to watch your Instagram live? Do you want them to follow you on Snapchat, cross-promote another social channel? Okay, that's another big one that you guys can do. So how are you connecting with your following? And you have to be testing all different ways. If you find that Instagram Live is really working for you, like Instagram Live works really well for me, and then another medium that works really well for me is the podcast. Those are probably my top 2 ways that I like to connect with my audience. And it's going to be different for every single person. Maybe the best way for you to connect with your audience is doing YouTube videos. That's not for me, but maybe that's what works for you. Or maybe you're more comfortable with having really gorgeous photos and your audience connects to the creativity that you bring to your photos. So everyone is different. You just have to figure out what is that thing, or 2 things, maybe 3 things, that allows you to really form a personal connection with your audience, okay? And the other thing too is it organic? It needs to feel natural. It doesn't need to feel forced. So if you're not good, and if you're not good at Instagram Live, but if you're not comfortable and it's a stretch for you to do that and it feels forced for you, then don't do it. Don't do it. There's plenty of other ways that you can connect with your audience organically. So do what works for you and stick with it, okay? I need to get better about connecting. Yeah, get out of comment pods. And then you can connect with your audience because you'll have time. Okay, so this is the mindset that bloggers need to foster. Okay, they need to create meaningful content. Remember, the topic here is to avoid content shock. So you need to create meaningful content, and the content should be purposeful, relevant, and continuous. So this is the part of the Instagram Live where I say, if you want to read those 3 tips in detail and get the key takeaways and the link to the book that explains all of this in even further detail, you have to log into the website and get all the details. I can't give away everything for free. So that's what's on the rest of this blog post. You're going to get the 3 tips so that your content will overcome content shock. And again, these are tips from a mini MBA program. It's not some random tips that we found on the internet and that we're giving to you. These are from a mini MBA program that costs thousands of dollars. And we're giving these to members for $10 a month. It's part of like many things that you get as a member. Okay, so, I'm so excited that you bought the book. That's awesome. Let me know what you think about it. Leave a comment in the blog post after you read it. Okay, and then there's the key takeaways and there's the link to the book. So once again, this post was written by my sister, Catherine. If you loved it, please send a bunch of heart emojis and let her know that you loved this post. And yes, this is the Box of Style kimono. So that's all I have for you guys today. These are the ways that you can start to rethink about the types of content that you produce, the ways that you post consistently, the ways that you connect with your audience in a really organic way, and it will help you stand out from everyone else. Because there's a lot of noise out there, there's a lot of people that are doing the same things, but only you are you. You are unique, you have gifts, and you have value to bring to the world, and so you need to use these tips to overcome all of the noise. These tips are really incredible. Thank you so much, Catherine, for sharing these. Really, these tips are life-changing. So I'm so glad that you guys loved this post. Thank you for all of the love. You ladies are truly amazing. I seriously have the best SC sisters in the world. All of you are so sweet to each other and to me and to Catherine. So yes, use your gifts. And that's all that I have for you tonight. This is a pretty short one, 17 minutes, but this will replay for 24 hours. And if you want to join Style Collective, there's a link in our bio. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm doing another replay of why Instagram pods are damaging your brands because the girls out in California missed it last week and we didn't have the replay last week. So I'm going to do it one more time tomorrow and then it'll be on replay. And then next week, I will post on the website as soon as I figure out my schedule and the topics. So I will see you guys tomorrow, or I will see you next week. All right, bye ladies. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night.